happened to Elon Musk? Nothing. He's upset that he's losing his EV mandate, and he's he's very upset about things, but he could lose a lot more than that.
Great ironic advantage of Trump. He always fucks his creditors.
Out of here. Let me change that. 13 million and one, because Elon Musk is illegal. He got to go too.
If you can sell your brother, the buyer has got no reason to trust you.
I really realized what was life, because there's no Paul Pogba.
Let's take Germany, for instance. Our trade agreements with Germany says we cannot manufacture a car.
Welcome to Afriscope TV, your frontline lens on the forces reshaping Africa's future. Before we dive into today's update, hit like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss the truths they're trying to hide. If you stand for independent African voices, drop a super thanks to power this mission forward. Now, let's get into it. The deportation threat. It started with a budget war and exploded into something darker. US President Donald Trump publicly threatened to deport Elon Musk over political differences.
What happened to Elon Musk? Who? What happened to Elon Musk? Nothing. He's upset that he's losing his EV mandate, and he's very upset about things, but he could lose a lot more than that. I can tell you right now. Hey, Elon can lose a lot more than that. I don't know. I think we'll have to take a look. We might have to put Doge on Elon. You know what Doge is? Doge is the monster that might have to go back and eat Elon. Wouldn't that be terrible? He gets a lot of subsidies, Peter. But Elon's very upset that the EV mandate is going to be terminated. And you know what? When you look at it, not everybody wants an electric car. I don't want an electric car. I want to have maybe gasoline, maybe electric, maybe a hybrid.
Although said with a smirk, this was no joke. Deporting Musk would mean revoking his citizenship, a legal nightmare. Steve Bannon, one of Trump's major strategists, was the one that first called for Musk deportation. He accused Musk of running apartheid economy at Silicon Valley.
Because it's about the sovereignty of the nation and sealing the border and shipping 13 million out of here. Let me change that. 13 million and one, because Elon Musk is illegal. He got to go too. Okay, you're going to ship these other people home. Let's start with the South Africans. Okay, and I got a couple other could go too, but he's illegal. Deport immediately.
Silicon Valley's an apartheid state. We have to face that.
Pause. If you believe truth must be louder than propaganda, tap like now and drop a super thanks to keep Afriscope alive and uncensored. Musk's fight back, float a new political party called American Party that will rival Democrat and Republican Party. He had also perfected his escape from US if the feud escalate. But here's the big question. Will the apartheid-era trade deal South Africa signed with the West even allow Elon Musk to build his dream project in Africa?
Let's take Germany, for instance. Our trade agreements with Germany says we cannot manufacture a car. We will assemble the cars from Germany. And we don't just assemble, we put money to assemble German cars. Why should we do that? Why should we not manufacture our own car? Where is the market? Africa loves everything South African. They will buy from us. We produce a fighter jet. A fighter jet. If we can produce a flying machine, shouldn't be difficult to produce a car. Denel has demonstrated that we've got the capacity to do this. Denel manufactures army vehicles. And why are we not producing a car? It's trade agreements with Europe, with America, with UK, that you are not going to get involved in this.
And if you think this is only happening in South Africa, think again. Joshua Maponga dropped a bombshell revealing a secret agreement Nigeria signed with Britain, allegedly allowing them to extract oil and gas for 99 years with no payment. According to Maponga, every Nigerian president has upheld this colonial pact, knowingly or unknowingly.
So tell me, Nigeria, after 60 years of mining oil, why up to date you don't have a processing and a refinery to purify your oil and sell petrol to the world? That's why the oil pipes of Nigeria passing through villages where poverty is worst British Petroleum, and Nigeria has to import back its own fuel as a processed product at a price 3 to 4, 5 times more than they send it out of the country. Those mines don't belong to us. The government signed a document with the British government, and it's in the constitution. It's in the law that Britain will mine this place for the next 99 years. I don't know how long is the lease. So you have the same law that you vote leaders into, and when they get into this law, the Western world always make sure the person going onto that chair understands the law, which protects us. So the revolutionaries that are coming in now seem to have poor knowledge of law.
The time has come. Every African parliament must launch urgent investigations into the trade deals and treaties their countries signed with Western powers. It's time to expose the legal traps designed to keep African nations poor while selling it all in the name of aid, development, or investment. While billionaires battle, another man was fighting in silence, alone. Paul Pogba, world-famous footballer, shared how he was ghosted during his lowest moment. Pogba's words cut deep. When the headlines faded, so did the loyalty. But through faith and football, he began again.
I really realized what was life. Because there's no Paul Pogba, the famous guy, the player and everything. Because people were avoiding me. The worst thing, it was even my wife. You understand? So for stuff like people used to invite me, I'll give you an example, or the fashion week or other kind of stuff like that, events. And now they're like, oh, no, we cannot use Pogba. You understand? So that was a good sit back and wow, life is like that. And my phone wasn't ringing the way it was ringing before. The day I've received the good news, you know, and I'm totally fine with this. Life is really like that. You know, when you take something out of, you know, you take something that's something that you love, you realize how much you love it and you appreciate it.
This isn't just about Trump, Musk, or Pogba. It's about the systems that reward the powerful and abandon the vulnerable. It's about Africa's right to choose its future, without manipulation, without puppets.
Do you know we can pinpoint the exact moment when black people became Democrat?
Really?
And it was a 90-second phone call. October of 1960, Nixon and JFK are embroiled in the tightest race ever. MLK is in jail. He's always in jail. But they're about to put him in this penal farm in rural Georgia. Coretta, his wife, pregnant, she's frantic. She picks up the phone and she calls Nixon's camp. She says, hey, here's what's going on. Can you pull some strings? Get my husband out. Nixon blows her off. She picks up the phone and she calls JFK. 90-second phone call. JFK says, I'm with you, whatever you need. Yeah. She gets off the phone, tells her father-in-law, MLK's dad, MLK Sr., who's the head pastor at Ebenezer, who at the time was a registered Republican. He says, I'm a Democrat now. He recruits all of his pastoral friends, gets all the black newspapers. They go on this big campaign to get JFK in office. JFK wins by 100,000 whatever votes. Here's what's interesting. In 1956, Eisenhower was a Republican. He won with 60% of the black vote. In 1960, JFK wins with 70%.
There you go.
Of the black vote.
Wow.
Now, I tell that story not to say what swung people was empathy.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what's missing today.
Subscribe to Afriscope TV, the frontline of Pan-African truth. If this story moved you, hit like and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Pogba's story is a warning: when the lights fade, loyalty fades too. How many of us have lived this truth? Let us know in the comment section. Drop a super thanks to Power Afriscope TV and help us keep exposing lies and celebrating African power. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and informational purposes only. Afriscope TV does not promote hate, violence, or misinformation. All content is based on publicly available data and expert commentary. Viewers are encouraged to think critically and verify independently.